team tipped off their season last week against Idaho State.
We will take a special inside look at the sign language department to show us what makes UNM's program unique.
And even though Thanksgiving just recently passed, we take a look at how early retailers have been promoting Christmas items this season.
I'm Angelica Clayton.
And I'm Nathan Rimbert. This and more coming up on UNM News. Many students enroll in Spanish or French to fulfill foreign language requirements at UNM, but sign language is another option available. Brittany Perez has more on what makes sign language at UNM special.
Louder than most. Erin Stegman is a student at the Sign Language Interpreting Program at the University of New Mexico.
The linguistics department related with sign is really unique on UNM because it's offering a chance to give access to deaf people who normally wouldn't have that access. It's teaching students, whatever level you're at, kind of the basics. So if you meet a deaf person out in the world, you can have the opportunity to say, hi, my name is, like, how are you? You can have those conversations.
Dawn Myers, a teacher at the Sign Language Interpreting Program, talks about why she thinks that the students are more closer knit than any other program.
I feel like we are a very close group. We know our students well. We offer a lot of support. It's a really nice way for me to see young people who really were motivated to learn sign, and that was like the first time I really realized how much I really loved this field.
The Lobo men's basketball team started off their season with an 81-70 victory against Idaho State. The Wise Pies Arena was packed as the Lobos came out to play for the first time this season. Fans cheered on their team during the intense game against the Bengals. It was a close against the Bengals until the Lobos pulled through in the second half. This was the first game of the season for the men's basketball team, and they plan on it being a successful one.
The game against Idaho State gave us the ability to get our feet wet. We have a lot of things we need to work on, but it was good because we went back and watched film and saw the things that we need to improve on, and so that helped us get ready for our next game. I think we'll do really well this season. We're a new team, so a lot of it's just learning each other's tendencies and starting to play with each other. But I think we're coming along rather quickly, and so it's going to be one of those things where we just got to keep working at it and come into practice ready to play every day, and practice as we're gonna play, and make it as realistic as we can.
It seems like retailers start advertising for Christmas earlier and earlier each year. Kayla Montoya Manzo got a couple of shoppers' opinions on the matter.
Retailers are wasting no time to get their Christmas product on the shelf. Special merchandise and sales are already beginning to make a big debut as companies compete for the best deals in town. Christmas time can be overwhelming as is, but some shoppers are thinking otherwise about an early Christmas season.
I think it's a bummer. I think it kind of takes away from a lot of family time personally, especially when Black Friday rolls around. But I mean, honestly, when you're a retailer, I think it's kind of smart on their part getting the product out so people can go ahead and time management as well as see what they want to buy for their kids, get the options in and out. It's more about money instead of family time, instead of the opportunities that we have as humans have to come together and spend with one another.
I mean, it's a good strategy for them. Personally, I think it might be unfair to any other holiday. I know it's kind of weird talking about another holiday that has feelings, but we kind of just miss out the point of the true holiday. I mean, it's good for retailers to make money and really doing good on their marketing and advertising, but when it comes to the actual other holidays, we don't even see that much for Thanksgiving. We just not even for food. Thanksgiving is next week, and I don't even know about it because I'm more focused on Christmas because that's what they're kind of forcing.
So whether you're decorating your Christmas tree, starting to shop for gifts, or preparing to work this holiday season, be sure to remember that this is the season for giving. This is Kayla Montoya Monzo reporting live for UNM News.
People have different opinions on how President-elect Donald Trump will affect our country. Jeremy Zielik investigates more into specifically how his recent election will affect women's rights.
After the contentious election of Donald Trump as President of the United States, many students on campus are concerned about women's rights and health. One particular student is Kathy Cook, who works for an organization that fights for reproductive rights. Cook's concern with the Trump presidency and what effect it may have on women starts with the Supreme Court.
He would overthrow Roe v. Wade, and that's not necessarily going to happen, but it could happen, and it could happen down the road after his presidency.
Cook is also concerned how Trump's presidency may affect those who have suffered from sexual abuse.
Advocate against violence towards women, and how do you support people experiencing that kind of violence when we have, like, the highest political office in our land is held by someone who does support that kind of violence or who has a history of making statements that support that kind of violence.
Kathy Cook also handed out these flyers, which can be used by students who are seeking help. The self-serve flyers contain a variety of information like support for survivors of sexual assault and resources for women, youth groups, LGBT people, and many others. For UNM News, I'm Jeremy Zielik.
The men's soccer team hosted the first round of the NCAA tournament last Thursday. The game against Portland was tied at the end of regulation, bringing them into 2 overtimes. The Lobos won in the penalty kicks. The fans were excited to see the Lobos take another win.
There's a lot going on this holiday season, keeping students and visitors busy on campus.
Yes, there sure is. I think we can expect to see even more young students making time to shop and attend events around UNM. That's all we have for you today. I'm Angelica Clayton.
And I'm Nathan Rimbert. Thanks for joining us.